Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This is going to be our halftime show for today, Path to Worlds. Sounds super exciting, and I am excited for this segment because this is actually one that Rooted came up for. I almost feel like with this halftime show, this is actually a direct competition and a direct challenge to you, Cubby. So this should be pretty great. Yeah, Rooted, I'm going to let you take us through the rules real quick for this.
Okay, so the very basic rules, if you're familiar with the Wikipedia game, this will be very easy to pick up, but we're going to go onto the Gamepedia page. What we're going to do is we're going to pick one of our amateur teams, academy teams that we're seeing today, and then try and get to a Worlds player that we've seen in the past through just clicking on players and past rosters. To make it very simple to break down, it would be, for example, can you get from Doublelift to Bjergsen? Yes, because they played on the same team. It's very easy, but we're going to do that with different teams in probably different regions as well as the world's representatives. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh yes. I definitely didn't try to make this the easiest. I consulted Kelsey to make sure there was some element of challenge to it. So yeah, it'll be a good time. Cubby, are we all good? We understand how this is going to go down?
I gotta say, I have an Englishman and a Canadian against me, but that I guess is my comfort zone. So we'll see how this goes.
All right.
Wow.
Rude. You're the guest, okay. But I guess with this being your game, kind of home field advantage. So we're going to start with you. I'm going to let you pick any player from 100X or EGA, and I want you to get to Showmaker.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. Right. First of all, let's just make it... Where's the easiest place to start? This is difficult now. I'm going to go
so I'm letting you pick the person.
I know. Okay, who do I think has the best connections? This is the difficult part. Let's do...
Smoothie or Cowrie, for sure.
Smoothie's the move, I think. I think Smoothie's my move. Okay. And now, I go from here, and I can only click players, which is the slightly difficult part. So I have to go into these past rosters down here. And make it to Showmaker. I have to get to Korea from here. This is... Okay, who's played cross continents? How is this possible? Okay, we need to get into Europe. That's the first one.
I have the answer for you.
Dang!
Oh, you're too good. You're too good. Why are you just cheating? Except for cheating, it's helping me, but it's fine. Wait, I figured out the link. I figured out the link. Where are they?
Keep going back.
This is way too before my time. No. It's not. It's... Where's Ray? I'm looking for Ray. That's the Sword and Shield C9 top lane. Okay, let's go to a different mid lane for C9, because I don't have to go between just one. That's the good thing.
Yeah, you can keep on clicking. There we go. There we go.
I can go elsewhere. You're saying there we go like I've figured this one out, Cubby. This is nearly
I have steps in my mind, because I'm looking for a certain player.
Yes. I too was looking for a certain player, but it looks like they've eluded me at this point.
Yeah, where's Impact?
Oh my word. Oh my word. I actually trolled. That was the easy link there. Okay, we go back.
Figure it out a different way. I'm just letting you know.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. I'll allow the extra click. At this point, I'm struggling here, okay? Listen to the... you can feel the panic at this point. I am whiffing. Okay, we need to find Impact first of all. Surely this is a route. Surely somewhere in the history... We have... Okay, I'm getting griefed. I'm getting absolutely griefed by Leaguepedia. There's somewhere here. Yo, for real! Like, how am I getting into this hard by Gamepedia? Why is Jensen not listed with any teams? This is an abomination. I just clicked Smoothie. Okay. Can I scroll down in the biographies? Is there going to be cheats in here? Rush? Potentially?
Oh, that could be good.
That's not my move. Could it? Okay, we're trying. Any teams? KT Rolster in 2018. UCAL.
Oh?
We're in Korea. We're in the right region now. This is good news. Okay. This isn't good either.
I can hear just Rafa screaming in the background that he loves this segment. I'm glad he's enjoying this.
We're doing well. We're scaling.
Okay. Now I need to think of Korean rosters that have been together that also have Showmaker in there. Showmaker's new to me, which is difficult.
Just go to T1. Someone that left T1 to join Damwon, which hasn't happened.
Okay,
but,
surely, right?
Yeah,
Okay, well,
maybe
we
you can find something.
I went to...
Oh god, the days of Pyrene. Those are dark days. Or period.
Nope, this is not it.
Woo!
You know, Showmaker was not the easy one to go to. We've got to Korea. Is there a forfeit? Is there a, oh dear, Rudude has failed, we'll make him do this instead and we can get the...
You've got this, Rudude, I believe.
Wait.
You
know, I do as well.
I feel like 4-minute mark could be the forfeit, and you're 20 seconds off of that. If a forfeit is the way you want to go about it.
Click on Wolf, maybe? Oh, bang. Okay.
We've got close.
There's got to be someone on
Surely.
Africa
Who did you play
that
with?
went to Damwon. That's your hint.
2021. I'm
All right, I think this is where we pull the.
No,
I think this is where
you're getting closer. There's a certain bot lane that you could potentially find that went from one team to another. Peanut would get you there. Peanut would get you there.
You guys got 20 seconds to solve this.
All right, go,
Cubby, you can
Peanut,
help him out as a
Peanut,
team.
Go Peanut.
This is a team effort now.
Go Peanut.
Okay, Peanut.
Yeah. Yeah.
To.
Okay. Who was the bot lane he played with last split? No, who's the bot lane he played with last split? I see it.
You see it?
It's Duck Dom and Kellen.
Kellen? Duck Dom?
Duck Dom Kellen.
And then Dom Monkia.
What?
Where's Showmaker? There! I did it.
Scroll
Okay.
down.
There he is. There we go. 4 minutes and 46 seconds.
Okay.
To get
There
to
we go.
Showmaker.
A couple clicks there, Rooted.
All right, Cubby, I need you to
That was one
speed
click.
run
That was
yours.
one
All
click.
right.
I'm glad I could bend some of my LCK expertise. So, might have had those in my notes yesterday. Good job, Rooted. We got there, but we're going to try and speedrun this one.
We did get there.
Yeah, you got to, because we got champ select real soon. All right, Cubby, you ready?
Okay, hold on. Let me get this up. Yep. All right, where are we going?
All right, we're going to go with Mickey X.
What? Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. The best odds would be to go to Kaori. All right, we are racing. All right, who from Kaori's history went to EU? What? There's no players. Saren? No. Okay, that's a bad choice. Hold on. Did I miss one?
What is this
Did I miss
page?
an obvious
Where
one?
has this been found? I think you go up through. I think you go to the top of NA and then find imports to NA. That might be the move. You go from Kaori
Rafa
to.
is the worst backseat driver of all times.
Hold
I don't
on.
know
I
if he's
cheated now.
routed to
I cheated now.
stream, but Rafa's going nuts right now.
Yeah, Rafa really. I figured going straight to EU would be the call here. I must say my TCL knowledge is a bit lacking, as well as some of the players that are in here, as this is kind of curious. That said, we are going to switch things up and access worlds this way. As now we can go back in time and check this. All right, hold on. Jensen.
Oh, the Jensen page. A popular one in this minigame.
Then we go Fudge. And then we go... What? Guys, I'm looking for a certain EU player that is somehow not listed here. But we might be able to go to past teammates.
You gotta click so much faster. We got champ select almost ready, bud.
Oh, there it is. We got Perks.
Oh.
Who's my player again?
He's here. He's
This is
done
where
it.
the Mario Kart music gets intense.
Mickey X.
Here we are.
There we go. Too fast.
We were able to
There
get
we
there,
go.
It ended up working in the end.
It ended up working. Got it there in like 2 minutes and 2 seconds. So, congratulations. I feel like the pressure really helped you out there.
No, you know what? I had half the time because I might have had an extra voice in my ear helping us get in the champ slot.
Yeah,
so,
Ruda didn't get that. So
the perks are going second. We'll put it that way.
No, the perks of Rafa unable to contain himself from jumping into the segment and having to yell at you. Congratulations. I'm going to give that to Rudy, though, for cheating.
Yeah, Leaguepedia needs a random button, because then we can go to a random page and get there.
Okay.
That's what we
All
need.
right.
True.
Yes.
All right.
Make it the true game.
That'll be a good idea. I keep hearing Rafa, though, and I know Rafa wants to get back on stream, so we're going to send this into the Champ Select. We're going to let him have the stream back. Have fun, guys.
You know, when Sierra first pitched the segment, I didn't understand it, and I was very hesitant, and I was very, I was terrified of like looking like an idiot on the segment. So I was like, Cubby's smart. He'll figure it out. But then once I realized what the segment was, I was so sad that I didn't volunteer myself for it. So I got you next time, Sierra.
Was the answer.
Yeah.
I thought Cowrie was the answer. You know, just go straight to EU. But instead, it's Smoothie. Thank you, Smoothie, for being our vessel for this entire game. Kind of like how he was the vessel for the engages of EGA in the last one as the Amumu. The bandage tosses latched on. It's 100 Thieves next, as we're going to try and latch on to this game too. As going through the pick ban, EGA, Wukong, big priority pick up, along with a lot of bot laners on the table. We'll see if any of those are appealing for the side of EG. Oh, I missed the Poppy. All right, it's a Poppy game for Tomio, baby. Poppy loves Tomio. I think this is a great fit for how EGA like to play the game. Curious what the answer is for 100 next, because they also banned Trundle, one of the more popular matchups we see into the Poppy.
Poppy loves Tomio, and Tomio loves Poppy back. It's a mutual feeling, Cubby. For 100 Thieves next, Fnatic, the one choice you can easily go to is a champion that doesn't have dashes like a Trundle, and you can just sap all the resistances from Poppy. That would be kind of the... it seems like the go-to answer, but I know that Fnatic, if he wants to throw down, if he wants to really throw down and get in his face, he could try for something a little bit more volatile. I know he was flexing around the Kindred, but the Viego, another decent choice.
I really like the setup for EG. Because now if I'm EG, I just take Jinx, Tahm Kench, and I profit. It is so big here. You can outrange Aphelios, you get the TK, then you have the Poppy to support. There's too much safety for Jinx, and it's Cowrie on the Jinx again. He was so big in the last game. We've seen him be so big for this team time and time again. Build a comp to fuel around him. Only other picks I could see maybe going over to the side of EGA would be potentially a Gnar, as, we have a big swap. Lucian Nami is the game plan here for EG.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold, because I was really expecting the Jinx Tahm Kench to come through. Okay.
Lulu.
I'll give you half points for the switch up. At least you still call the dual lane.
Pick Lulu. That's the game plan here for Hunter next. Other one, they can secure Gnar and ban away a couple counters. I do not love Gnar into Poppy. That would be my only concern, as it's really tough to engage. So it will be Lulu to neutralize that Nami. Little bot lane priority here for 100 Thieves next in draft. No solo laners drafted. Means we're going to see a lot of champs taken away. And I gotta say, I think banning Lissandra is worth it for the side of 100 Thieves next.
Yeah.
It is a champ that Sligo very good at. I know that Wisp doesn't pump out the damage that you'd want to pair up with the Poppy. Pairing up Poppy with the damage dealing mid is sound, but I think Sligo deserves the ban.
I mean,
he's earned it.
You say that Lissandra doesn't pump out damage, but I've definitely played games where Lissandra was 1v90. Yeah, it can snowball, but I understand that to the the bigger playing field, it's nothing like an Azir when it comes to late game. But for 100 Thieves next, they already scouted out the Azir as well.
What a Surdy might want to blind Gwen. That could be something I could see. As Riven is a matchup the Sniper really likes into Gwen.
Yeah.
So we'll see if 100 Thieves, maybe if they ban Gnar here, they could set up for a Gwen blind themselves. I gotta say, that's a champ that Sniper we haven't seen a ton of from him. It's only been 2 plays in his history, but I really feel like that's something that they're setting up for instead. Will be that Lissandra takeaway from 100 Thieves.
And I think that it's remarkable that Soligo is getting Ban's respect. Obviously, the Lissandra, is something that he clearly showed why you needed to, but both the LeBlanc and the Azir ban, I think for Soligo's kind of career this year, it's been kind of, at least during the spring, he was pretty absent for most of the EGA roster there, but this resurgence in the summer, I think Soligo now has a choice to really make a comeback here.
Do we take Gwen away from EGA and give them the Gnar? which would be bad. I really like the trap that EGA has actually laid here. Because if you take Gwen, they get to respond with a Gnar. Gnar is really good in the 100 Thieves comp. Gnar is not great into Poppy. And so instead, they will opt to leave both of those up. It will be the Victor. Given the bans I see, I am 100% expecting a Gwen lock-in here for Surdy. Again, Gnar into Poppy, Lucian Nami does not feel great. So knowing this, EG will take the Gwen. We'll see what the response is from Sniper. I think that I'd look towards something like a Jax potentially, which he's played a couple games of, but not as popular. I fully expect this lock-in though for Surdy.
Still one more pick for Soligo. He's given the options now. 3 of them were already taken away. Hovering a couple of different choices here. There is magic damage from Surdy already, so Soligo doesn't necessarily have to dip it also into magic damage. Could
be a Rise. We'll see what ends up being the call.
So it is
a Rise.
All right, so Rise. Giving everyone a heads up at home. Once the draft does conclude, all the champions, as far as we know, should be serious. We'll be taking a little bit of time as the players need to remake the draft. Someone took Hex Flash, unfortunately, and they were reminded, hey, Hex Flash is not allowed. There's a bug, so they're going to remake real quickly, so we're going to be taking a couple extra minutes. But this gives us more time to break down the draft and see, what we're really focusing our sights on here, Cubby.
This is a really curious draft to me, because I look at 100 Next, and there's actually a lot of scaling on their side. You have the Victor, Aphelios Lulu, Jax on the side could be deadly. I think they utilize red side okay, but the raw strength of EG in the earlier stages of the game, you have Poppy to impact every single lane. I think a lot is going to land on Fnatic's shoulders in this one. Try to slow down that Poppy, try and have the early game plans, the scouting to make sure the Poppy can't just run over the lanes that are winning for EG. When you look at Lucian Nami that gets shoved early, if you're able to dive Aphelios Lulu, that can take him out of the game for the long time. Victor, you have a Rise to set up on mid. If you get Victor behind, that takes him out of the game for a while. So 100 Thieves Next, they have to show some poise and some early game prowess in terms of scouting their ability to slow things down against this Poppy for Tomio that has been damn good in Academy.
100 Thieves Next are on the back foot here. One more loss, and Evil Geniuses Academy not only advance in the upper bracket, but also 100 Thieves Next. One of our more exciting amateur teams coming in, a team that we put on the same pedestal as the rest of the Academy League, will fall to the lower bracket. And I know the 100 Thieves Next, they have more expectations for themselves. They want to push further and further beyond in the upper bracket. They don't want their one life to be used already in the first match that they play in Proving Grounds. We're just a few moments away from loading onto the Rift as well. One other shout out I have to give, I want to see from the side of Cowrie, as he did step up massively in Game 1, and we're going to see some words from him as well.
I mean, it's just some of the highlights that we've seen from Cowrie throughout the split. As again, that Callista, one of the picks that he really is known for, has been very big. Doesn't have it this game, but still has that Lucian Nami that we have seen some success out of when it comes to how Cowrie's been able to sync up with Smoothie. And I like this pause, Rafa. It's adding a little bit of tension before this next game. We like that.
Well, for me, I don't do well in high tense situations. It gives me too many butterflies, and the anxiety creeps up to a maximum. This is why I can never do pro play. Just trying climbing the solo queue ladder, that's anxiety enough when I feel like I'm performing bad, and then randoms completely criticizing me on play. I could never do it on the grand professional level. Much props to everyone here playing today and everyone playing in the tournament, pursuing a career that is, in many ways unforgiving, and it is a grind. It is a lot of hours, and it can sometimes be very unthankful as well, dealing with social media criticism as well, and from people who don't know what it's like behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something that Tomio talked about a lot when it came to the break, that EGA were able to just reset, changing up their schedule, their priority, what they were focusing on, how they were spending their time. And of course, Tomio, he always likes to end his messages with love, which is funny because when I like his stream is just my favorite stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/LOL Tomio. Sorry,
Busio?
Sorry, Busio. Tomio's stream is undefeated. This kid, he's a talented mechanical player, but also super funny. And a lot of the junglers like to go in there and, give him a little bit of crap, which he dishes back tenfold, which is why it's so fun. Yeah. So when he ends, us trading messages, catching up before this game with like, hey, we were working on our problems in game. I think that's important. Being fast on the map, rotations, all that. But also he ended it outside of the game, loving each other, I think is the most important thing for any and every team. And I think that's something that EGA in this back half of the split, maybe some of that time, giving that back to themselves, trying to find the priorities. It does really feel like this team is working better together on the Rift. And we'll see if that can shine again in this game, too, as they're looking to knock 100 Thieves Next into that lower bracket.
Yeah, for Evil Geniuses Academy, when we go back to what our expectations were for this roster as early as spring, I think many of us had them around middle of the pack, maybe as high as top 6, just off of, a blanket look.
I had them top 4 each split.
Yeah. So, average-wise, definitely not a bottom of the standings team. But that's where we ended up in spring, and they were the first Academy team knocked out in Proving Grounds. And that was not the look that they had for themselves. And Evil Geniuses Academy had to figure out, okay, what changes are we going to make going into Summer Split? How are we going to improve? What do we have to address? There's a lot of things that they had to work on. But getting a look like this early on in the Proving Grounds tournament, while they're still in the upper bracket, gives them so much to build off of and really giving an optimistic look as they push forward in the tournament.
Again, guys, we're just remaking Champ Select, getting into the game, as we did have a Hex Flash taken that is not able to be taken at the moment. So a little bit extra time to roll through the B-roll, as this was good game. If you missed game 1, EGA, they took control against 100 Thieves Next. I would say more aggressive early game comp, did not let go. And I think the way you're talking about, EGA, it's not easy, having the sight set on you when you are struggling, when you feel like you are not quite meeting the expectations. I think that EGA, some of the player interviews have all kind of talked about how they've dealt with that in their own way. Personally, I always love Surdy. Surdy, some of the tweets that he's had recently has been freeing up his mind, his thoughts, and he kind of said, you know what? I wasn't doing that, and I feel like I was putting too much pressure on myself. Like, I think everyone's kind of dealing with it in different ways. For Surdy, him letting off steam on Twitter or having some hot takes, that's a way for him to build up his confidence and, reassure himself like, hey, I am a good enough player to be here. I can compete with anyone on, in Academy. And Surdy in the back half has been fantastic. So I think the EGA, everyone has kind of figured out what they need in terms of individuals, and it's really helped them come together as a team.
Yeah, speaking on Surdy's behalf as well, or speaking on the topic of Surdy, I think when you're freely more just willing to, talk shop, talk trash before the game start, and willing to just let things go. Like, if you talk trash and you lose, it happens. You talk trash and you win, it feels good. It feels good to be able to live up to kind of the standards that you set for yourself going into the game. And being okay with, when losses happen. Obviously, it's not fun, but if you can always look for the bright spots to say, okay, but we improved on this, or hey, we were able to do this correctly. Yes, we didn't get the whole thing to work out in the end, but this is the foundations that we have to set for ourselves as we look for the bigger picture. It's by looking the best that we can as not just 5 individuals, but as a team by the end of the summer, as we finally head on to the Rift for Game 2, potentially the last of the series between Evil Geniuses Academy and 100 Thieves Next.
I know we've spent a lot of time hyping up EGA, especially after that dominant Game 1 win. But again, this is a series between 2 of our teams that are here again in Summer PG, and each looking to bounce back from what we would consider a slightly disappointing performance in the spring, with 100 Thieves Next as the #1 average team, not being able to knock out an Academy team and placing 9th, 10th, or 9 through 12 in the tournament. EGA taking a 13 through 16, definitely disappointing for an Academy team that was automatically, or won 1 best of 3 to get into the double elim bracket, but then lost the next 2. So good opportunity for each of these squads to put up a better PG in summer. And we will see if 100X can live up to that #1 amateur seed that they are running into this tournament with again. Oh boy. Rafa? Have you seen these summoner spells taken in the top lane?
I didn't even realize that Sniper doesn't have TP.
He's throwing down, baby.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? This adds not only more volatility, but also more stakes when it comes to the late game, because teleports still are crucial and can turn things around. But if 100 Thieves next find themselves in a situation where Sniper's on the cross map and there's an important objective to fight for, he will not be able to join. So there's going to be more pressure put on Sniper to win this 1v1 and to ensure that he is the one putting pressure on the map.
Lethal tempo early, trading level 1 is good. Also, I gotta highlight Soligo's rise, too. I mean, we have yet to see Soligo's, or we've seen 2 rise plays from Soligo this split, but on Dignitas Academy last year, his rise was terrifying. The way that he was able to enable the map, enable Lorlo and Will on that team, I really think he can play the same role this game for EG and against 100 Thieves next is Surdy. I gotta say, he's in trouble. Lethal Tempo Jax getting the best of him at the moment. Sniper taking full advantage of the early power he has in this matchup.
Yeah, and he's level 2. Surdy finally hits level 2, is able to get the dash back. Sniper not confident enough to go for the Ignite all-in.
Ooh.
Has flash advantage over Surdy, but he has teleport, and Sniper does not. So if he goes for the all-in, he needs to make sure it is the right one.
And Sniper, he's got to try and get that wave in before Tommy was able to get up here, as the level 1 ward was clutch, I will say, on the side of Sniper. But Surdy trying to hold that wave, and actually will do so primarily as Sniper now. Wait.
Sniper, well, okay, he waits out the steadfast presence, but good shove from Tomio. Gets him in the wall, but Fnatic makes a play in the mid lane. But Fnatic already used the flash to get in range, and it's not enough damage from the red buff burn to take out Soligo.
Single-digit HP on Soligo. Gotta say, a little bit unlucky there for 100 Thieves next, but hey, at least Sniper was able to get out without burning any summoner spells. Soligo gets out with his life. Trades early, but at the moment, no blood.
Yeah, 100 Thieves next, blaming the durability patch on that one. Unfortunately.
Red Smite nerfs. No, he doesn't have it yet, but, you know.
I'm glad I got the half. Oh, but it's okay, because we just return to the mid lane with this time an extra friend, and it's Sword that comes up for first blood.
And I love the rinse and repeat from 100 Thieves next, because this Aphelios Lulu lane, they were able to get a 3-wave crash into a base. So Sword, he's coming out of base with the socks, sprints straight towards mid with Fnatic, and that's a great rinse and repeat play from our amateur team.
From the shadows, Soligo comes back, and it's off of a TP2. So this second gank is even more damning as well, meaning that Soligo not only loses his life, but also on this big wave that is about to crash.
That hurts. Nice work from 100 next, finding something for themselves in this matchup, Rafa. As taking the matchups, top side, Sniper.
Gets in range for the counter-strike. I'm not going to pursue the all-in quite yet. And then talking about the advantage that Darkwings get. Doesn't get to complete a full-on last chapter, so he's holding on to the TP. Just takes the long walk back home. But for Soligo, only sitting on a tier, no real items yet, and because he's now with a teleport on cooldown, can't go for as efficient as a back to make sure that he's keeping up in CS.
And this is big for the side of 100 next because, I mean, these lanes, you have Victor, Aphelios, Lulu on the bot side. That's all scaling. And the fact they're up a little bit early, that's being ahead of the pace of the game and also taking both summoner spells away from Ryze. This is a Ryze looking to sack waves, get out of the lane to try and impact the map. He can't do that. Now it's 2v2 on the top side.
Tomio was matching the gank from Fnatic, and Sniper realizes he's a little too far forward. So Liga was also coming in with the Roam. Didn't have Roam Orb available, but could have been there, and Sniper, knowing that, respects it, backs off.
I gotta say, though, I love the game plan from EG because... Oh, hold on.
And it's a 2v2 isolated all in, but good looks from Sword and Lens, forcing the flash out of Cowrie, and it's his summoner spell down. Wait a minute. Was that Ignite Lucian?
it's correct. We're seeing more of this with the first strike. Mia from EGP.
Yeah,
definitely something helping push this forward. We will see if it ends up being Sork Shoes. That is something that is being pushed for. But I gotta say, the adaptation from EGA. Yes. Adaptation from EGA in this game, though, Rafa. Tomio playing around topside where Sniper doesn't have TP. Really like that from EG, as this is a team that has been primarily playing around bot, but now playing around top.
Smite from Tomio tries to get the, I think it was the Nimbus Cloak movement speed, so he can speed on out away. Which is good presence of mind. Dodges out on potentially a disastrous death there for Tomio.
Yeah, and playing around top. Look at this difference for Surdy. He's level 6 and has extra creeps in front of him. So I think Tomio, the time, love, and care that he's put up top, it's really helped Surdy get a lead in a losing matchup, but it's one where if Gwen gets ahead, you can really smash the Jax. So I think that the early game plan and identification from EGA of how to play this one has been really sound.
Right. For 100 Thieves next. Still trying to push forward on the lead that they have built up off of the first blood, and a little bit of the help that they've been able to give Darkwings. Now has that lost chapter, so it's a lot easier for him to stay longer in lane. Soliga, though, unsealed spellbook. He swapped to Ignite. Not sure if we'll be looking at a all-in level, all-in solo kill in the mid lane, or maybe for a roam to another side of the map.
Go top. I know Sniper has that leap strike, but there's no flash on the Jax. And again, get Surdy ahead on the Gwen. We've seen what Surdy can do on this champion, not just in the last game, but this split as well.
Cheeky's up from Sword, stopping Cowrie's recall. And Soligo is heading mid lane. I'm going to see if that comes to fruition for your call. If Ignite isn't used before on Darkwings, find a wave, shove it in, get prio, and then look to come top lane before Sniper Slash comes back up online. Rift Herald is spawning in the next 3 seconds as well.
Good call. And we already see supports sprinting up top as Smoothie with the hover mid. Going into the top side, Surdy was able to get a push and a crash up there. And we will see if the strength of Poppy can be demonstrated early, as Rift Herald is on the board. And Hunter next looks like they don't want to contest. They want to hit the bot turret with the red-white guns that Aphelios has around this time of the game. Try and get some plates in the Aphelios. Saw how well that worked for FlyQuest when Tomo was on the Aphelios earlier today. Looks like Hunter next sticking with that game plan as well.
Cowrie staying on the bottom side of the map, making sure that Lens doesn't get
he didn't get the gold.
Any gold. Oh, wow.
That hurts. That hurts. That's 160 gold to the wayside. And, I mean, part of this trade is that you're getting Herald for free if you are EGA. So the fact that is not able to be obtained by Hunter next is a big win for EGA.
Sniper not in position either. Still down flash. It's not the most ideal for 100 Thieves next to fight this one. There's 4 members to 3 right now. Sniper coming on in, but it's a really late timer now. The rest of 100 Thieves, they are scattered, and Soligo is driving it home. Doesn't even need to use the Ignite, but he's got the Realm Warp. They are chasing to the very bitter end. Darkwings, no sums. There's the Ignite finally being used. Soligo isolates Darkwings on the right side. Fnatic finds a reset, though. Now it's up to Surdy and Soligo to see if they can escape the jungle quadrant of 100 Thieves next. They've got Tomio on the backside. They lose out on Smoothie, but still, trade looking advantageous for Evil Geniuses.
And they got the Rift Herald, and again, it's no plates being traded back by Hunter next, so big win, and Hunter next opting for that fight. It's not a point in the game where they can fight. You have an Aphelios that's not there. You have a Victor. You are looking to scale. This is a point of the game where Ryze is very strong, even had an Ignite. I respect going for the steal, but Sword got caught, ends up going down, and Hunter next lose out of the play.
And it's so hard for 100 Thieves next to be willing to bring all 5 members. If Lens were to come, a Cowrie already on this Lucian is making the laning phase super difficult for Lens. And if you give Lucian free plates, then that matchup becomes extremely difficult later on.
24 HP, close from Fan. I respect the attempt, but Sword gets caught out on that tiny little wall. Was enough for Poppy to hit one Yordle into the other, and ends up going down as nice Realm Warp from Soligo. Some nice cinematics from our reservers as well. Always helping us out over there at EE. Shout out to them.
Oh, the Chaos Storm effect looked cool too. I don't know. I've never realized there was like a little bauble on top that like actually disperses the Chaos Storm. But for 100 Thieves, they could be relieved in the fact that they find a window where Evil Geniuses could not contest the first dragon of the game. 100 Thieves next still have 3 more dragons left to go if they want to play for Soul, but it's definitely a start, and it's something that they can look back to fall onto.
I think as we move into the later stages of this game, it is a close start to it. Like Hunter next again, they have scaling elements in the Aphelios and the Lulu. My one concern is this side lane, again, if Gwen is able to get ahead, Jax is far less useful already in the team fight. And so I think the early priority from Tomio to really help Surdy and punish the Jax being down TP was big. Because now Sniper really hasn't been able to take over this lane the way that you can if you are playing this matchup in isolation with no jungle impact. So really big. And now Tomio, he's not spotted yet on the bot hover. Fnatic is. Tomio does give away his position, but has Herald as they're going to try and funnel some more gold into Cowrie. Also deny the gold and XP from the wave as Cowrie has this frozen nicely.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Tomio meant to give away his position, but it might not matter because Smoothie had the angle for the tidal wave. Huge chunk onto Fnatic and Sword. Half of HP gone from the jungle with 100 Thieves next, but they fight on back. Get some damage down onto Cowrie, make it somewhat even, but as you said before, there's no further objective to play for. Evil Geniuses Academy really hoping to try and give some plates through the Rift Herald onto the bottom side, but they're going to go mid lane instead. Give it to Soligo.
Yeah, I love this response from EG. Like, they're trying to set up a bot. They say, hey, you know what? You burn TP. We can't get gold on our marksman. Who cares? We're going to take away your mid turret from a Victor, which is very important as Soligo escorts Tomio out. And now it's another Herald take or free time with that mid outer, and it's gone in favor of EGA as Sniper.
In the 1v1 against Surdy, forced to flash away. Ooh, the needlework barely dodged out by Sniper once again. And we got some close all-ins between both of the side laners here. It's a bloody one for sure. And don't let the kill score, fool you guys. Both of these teams are down to scrap. It's just they are very good at being able to exit before dying.
See if Darkwings can exit before he dies, as Flash is almost up for him. That stun Soligo was clutch, as Darkwings just got access to his flashback just now. The Andres for the Victor. I will say, again, scaling elements for 100 Thieves next. I think the big saving grace is this Victor. A Victor can really neutralize Ryze in the later stages of the game. Not to mention a ton of damage into a low-range comp as Fnatic at least connects the stun, but no follow-up.
Oh, that hurts. Anytime you're trying to engage onto a Poppy, and a Fnatic was trying to look for the engage, the snap engage, catching Tomio off guard, but his reactions, steadfast presence, stops it in its tracks. Free flash given. The rest of 100 Thieves next, still struggling to try and retake control of the game away from Evil Geniuses Academy.
And again, for Fnatic and 100 Thieves next, Fnatic, leader of this team, really highlighted some of the team play that they needed to pull out against EGA. Felt like that's one area where EGA might have struggled throughout the split. 100X could have had an advantage. Good opportunity for 100X to showcase that, as they're only down 700 gold with a scaling comp, and this is a great angle from Fnatic.
Purple gun is available from Lens. If he gets in range, he can get the chain route, but it's a good flash from Cowrie. Gets away before Lens can get even in range. There's no summoner spells available on Lens, so he couldn't even flash forward even if he wanted to. Evil Geniuses Academy bot lane dodging out on what could have been a disastrous death.
Nice angle from Fan. They at least get something out of Cowrie, as Fnatic will be able to base. Map state still silent. And I gotta say, EGA spotting that base. Fnatic had to go back. He was low, but this does enable Ryze, who had the crash mid, to walk in with Tomio, and this should be first brick going over to EGA.
Yeah, Realm Warp also available, so in case they wanted to return to the play once Lens and Sword came back. But Soligo wants to catch this wave. Fnatic is back on the map. Lens trying to step forward, seeing if he could get in range for some extra harass. Darkwing zoning off Soligo, pops the heal, and suddenly Darkwing's like, hey, why are you aggressively healing towards me? Oh, there's a Poppy around the corner, and has to flash away.
Very respectful flash from Darkwings. I do respect the respectful flash, though, Rafa. I'm here for the respect.
You know, Isaac Chow has definitely seen many aggressive plays during his one splitted academy on Dignitas prior in spring. So even though he's an amateur now, he's learned from his time, and he knows better not to mess with the Ryze that has flash available.
Might be enough for 100X to try and mess with this dragon. Tomio, though.
Oh, Keeper's Verdict does not connect onto Fnatic. Fnatic can still take the dragon, claims it, uses the Heartbreaker to get out of the wall, but now numbers are in favor of Evil Geniuses. They have routed off Fnatic, so he cannot get to the rest of his team. And Darkwings, without a flash, is sacrificed over to EGA.
I gotta say, I think this is an okay trade, though, for 100 Next. I know Darkwings went down, but Sniper gets a bunch of free time with this top outer turret as Surdy had the TP in, and they're going to be able to match the turret trade. So EG does get first brick now on the bot side, but at least 100 Next, they have 2 dragons and free time over to Jax. That's big.
As you called it, first break going over to Cowrie in particular, but Sniper answers it back. Oh. All right, well, the stopwatch is used by Sniper, so he doesn't go down. And
hey, you know what? He pulled the wave to bounce back into him. Zoomers have big brains. And also, that stopwatch was free. That was taken in the rune tree. We'll see if he holds onto it to maybe get a GA later.
Yeah.
But Sniper was able to answer back.
Before we get crazy, there's no AP Jax builds that we're seeing these days, right?
All right. I signed up to cast with Rafa, not Mad Magical, okay?
I'm just making sure, because you're telling me about Sorcerer's Boots on Lucian, and I thought that was wild. So
no, that's the thing.
Okay.
Mia's got the tech. Go follow Mia. You're the bunny.
Yeah. Is it like with a W max in lane, just for poke?
No. I think Mia had a write-up or a thread on it. I'd have to go read it in whole. I just know I spotted that.
All right. Well, that sounds very interesting. I'll have to check it out. I'm intrigued. I'm not a bot lane main, so I just cannot imagine off the top of my head why it's good, but obviously I don't know the role. So 100 Thieves next. Trying to hold on to this mid turret.
Oh, Fan.
Oh, Fan is in there. He's into the back line. Good flash from Smoothie, but Cowrie's routed off.
Oh,
Can he get in range? But it's a flash from Lens, and he tracks him down with a green gun. Has a long range. But the Do-si-do? The Do-si-do from Evil Genius Academy said it all right. They've completely
pulled
a 180 on Lens. They looped right around, get the wall slam with the heroic charge, and Evil Geniuses walk out with 2 more kills.
It's a huge win for EG as they literally just went Australian style on 100 Thieves next. They went from being above them to being below, threw them for a loop, took the top inner turret while they were at it, even get mid-outer to clean up, and traded away a bonus kill. So that play comes up all EGA as we talked about Soligo's rise, and it was huge in that fight, Rafa.
Thank you for giving me something better to call that play. As we look back in the replay, Fnatic looks good right now, but then the Realm Warp coming in from Soligo, immediately able to just flip the switch.
Love the call here as well. Tomio, that preemptive flash. Very, very sound from the side of Dignitas, EG. The reason I said Dignitas is I am trying to find Soligo's win rate with Rise last year from Dig, as it was very sound in summer. We're going to keep on digging, Rafa, as, Fnatic.
He's fine. Tomio's not going to kill him. Fnatic is not going to die anytime soon. Now, if there are more friends from the side of EGA, things could get dicey. I want to go back to some of the big win conditions that we highlighted for 100 Thieves versus Evil Geniuses Academy as we're heading into almost the late game, 20 minutes in about 30 seconds. Sniper, this big win con in being a split pusher. So far hasn't really exploded on the map, and Lens getting chunked out by Cowrie's Lucian. Oh, baby! This is why he wanted to pick, aggressing forward, getting a summoner spell trade out. Lens is able to survive thanks to a little bit of the Keeper's Verdict.
Special shout out to Tomio, the Keeper's Verdict. I think saved Cowrie's life as the green gun Q. It connected from Aphelios. I think that would have taken Cowrie down, but instead he lives. And EG find another pick, and I gotta say, as we're updating our win cons throughout this game, this dragon is very important for 100 Thieves next. It is a mountain dragon. They are down a lot of gold. If EG is able to stack these, that will increase the amount of time that they are able to outscale the side of 100 Thieves next, at least in the earlier stages of the game, before the damage from 100 Thieves next catches up on the later half. So I think this Mountain Dragon, very important at the moment. Looks like 100 next, they are seeding it. So no soul point for 100 next. They understand they're behind. They need gold elsewhere, and they will not be able to answer anything back as EGA gets this dragon for free.
One of those people that needs gold desperately is Darkwings, being the focus of Evil Geniuses Academy twice now, and a few skirmishes in the past 10 minutes. Behind on the curve, Soligo, 2.5 items completed. Nice, Fnatic.
Devil's Smite.
Living up to the 100 Thieves next mantra. Take what is not given. But for Darkwings is...
Really? Just not going to go with the heist, successful heist there?
I mean, high successful as well. It's the same damn thing.
Oh, Sniper. This is a good angle.
Sniper right onto Cowrie,
Beautiful.
knowing he doesn't have
Beautiful.
flash from before. Okay, good punish from the young top laner of 100 Thieves next. And they're pushing for more. Dragon was never secured by Evil Geniuses, only half HP.
It's huge.
So now 100 Thieves next. They not only bully off Evil Geniuses Academy, but they put themselves in a spot where they could be one dragon away from Soul.
Massive turn of events here from 100 Thieves next. As, again, EGA, if they're able to secure that dragon for themselves, it denies Soul point, gives them some bonus resistances to go into the Aphelios and change. They can keep on side landing into the Jax successfully with where this Gwen's at, but that's a dragon, a turret, and bonus gold going over to 100 Thieves next. They close that gold gap to 2.5k, and with stronger dragons on this patch, I gotta say, it's a pretty even game with 100 Thieves having a scaling advantage.
Yeah, despite being down 3,000 gold down, the stats coming in from those 3 dragons make up for it. And you already see that the gold disparity, it really is only from Soligo versus Darkwings. Everyone else, for the most part, even.
Sniper was not even until that play. That was really big, as that really did help get Sniper back into this game, as he is the split push threat against Surdy. Sitting at 3-0-2 with a big shutdown. If Sniper's able to pick that up, it could be a big change of events in the side lane, as it is a wit's end second for Sniper's Cowrie. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Cowrie answers right on back, empties a full clip into Lenz's back, but is
Double
answered on
TP.
back by 100 Thieves next. It's double TP
Fnatic.
from both teams. Sniper committing fully on the way. Fnatic comes in, tags him out, gets the reset, and now he's the Gwen. He's immune. He's looking to snip down Evil Geniuses down to size, looking for one more heartbreaker reset, but a great root from Soligo locks him in place, gives some breathing room from Evil Geniuses Academy. 100 Thieves next, still wanting to push forward. They have the minion wave. They're looking to crash this into the tower. That should be the rest for now.
That's enough. Okay. Fan. Big play from 100 next. This Cowrie steps up, gets taken down again. These polymorphs from Sword have really been opening up the rest of 100 next to turn the play onto the Lucian and get things back in their favor.
And now Sniper returns back to the Sigma Male grind set on the bottom side of the map, split pushing his wave.
Lens eating the Sigma Male grind set from Cowrie, who unfortunately went too deep, was turned into an Alpha Male by Fnatic, and Fnatic really stepping up in this fight. Again, the leader, the person that is responsible for the majority of the team comms on this amateur squad, Fnatic. So imperative in the development of Sniper, and his own play, again, has been so solid this split. Picking up that play on Viego. Yes, he goes down, but again, this is a comp that scales for 100 next. The fact they got mid-outer and keep things even, take down Cowrie, is huge.
First of 100 Thieves next, building upon the momentum they have found off of the 3 dragons to their name. Their Soul win con is coming up in 2.5 minutes. Have to imagine the Evil Geniuses Academy have to take extra precautions to make sure that 100 Thieves next do not secure it.
As we get closer to this, I think it's very important to keep our eyes on Soligo and Tomio. They're going to be the gatekeepers for making sure that Fnatic Sniper can't run through the backline of EGA, and also they're able to be a big frontline for this Lucian. Yes, we've seen Cowrie go down twice, pushing up a little bit too much in the mid lane, but with a Poppy, Gwen, Rise in front of him, being empowered by that Nami, and now with an Infinity Edge completed, he is a full item ahead of Lens still. And he could be massive in this next fight if he is not dealt with by 100 Thieves next.
And he's got Ionia boots. Not even Berserker Greaves or Resistances. He is just full on about pumping out the damage and having his abilities up as often as possible. Because I saw the light in his eyes. I saw again. Red. I thought Cowrie was ready to just empty another clip again.
Cowrie's seeing red. Feels like that has been the Lucian in the mid lane a little bit. Oh man. You know, see if he can temper that aggression a little bit.
Oh, well, it was because it's 100 Thieves next. Their colors are red.
Ah. I mean, I thought it was because you thought he was inting it a little bit.
Oh. No. Cowrie aggressively looks for plays that opens up Evil Geniuses Academy. You know. 100 Thieves next. 40 seconds away from being able to claim the Dragon's Soul, but they have to be there first, and so far Evil Geniuses Academy, the first one's in the river. They have the vision control, and it's very tough for them to get in. Now, 100 Thieves next. There's 2 ways they can leverage this. One, They give it and just give more time for Darkwings to scale, or
they're giving.
That's close. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, Cowrie's chunked out now. Maybe you contest it, or you do the Baron on the flip side. Maybe.
Oh, hold on. They got top lane prio, and now with Cowrie so low, you do have a smoothie to top him off, but Cowrie, he's got to find a blast plant in the river. There is one down south that he can take,
Baron.
but
It's Baron.
yeah,
It's Baron.
they don't care about this dragon. They scale. They can give. It's okay.
And now Evil Geniuses Academy, they're forced
Okay,
to
Surdy's
send
soloing it.
half of their members. Surdy will solo it, has TP, can always join the fight once he finishes the dragon. But tell me you're going to have to be a hero. You've got Flash, you've got Scryer's Orb.
They have info.
They were able to take out 100 Thieves next on the last Baron swap, but this time Sniper comes up
They're
over
flipping.
the wall, tries to take out Tomio. It's a flash over. Meanwhile, Lens gets taken out, but it's a trade over. Cowrie falls, and Tomio is also taken down. 100 Thieves next. Yes, they lose one on the trade, but they secure the Baron for themselves.
Uh-oh, Saligo. Does he take it? Not going to be the case. Sword gets out, and 100 Thieves next. Understanding they don't have to take Soul now, they make a big play, and the call from Fnatic, I got to say, it pays off because it was a forced 4v5 that EGA had to opt into. They were not ready for it, and 100 Thieves next, they trade up.
Taking huge advantage, not only off of the fact that they were already on Soul Point, but the huge chunk they got out of Cowrie in response, getting that mid-wave prio, and then it forces EG into a difficult situation. 100 Thieves next. Yes, they don't have the Soul for another 5 minutes potentially, but now with Baron buff, they can do some damage. Darkwings is also finally coming online.
It's not just Darkwings, it's also Sniper. He's now 4-0-1. He's the guy that picked up all the kills in those two skirmishes. He's going to win this side lane now against Surdy. He has a Wit's End and a Frozen Heart. Gwen cannot deal with those items. So all of a sudden,
attack, man.
yeah, no, a Sniper is going to be a monster with Baron buff in the side lane. So this 4-1 for 100 Thieves next looks really good. The one concern, no flash on Darkwings or Lens. So if Saligo is able to set up a good flank with Tomio, maybe porting him into the backline 100 Thieves next, that could be really big for EG.
And this is where Sniper has to practice his discipline. He needs to know that he is important to the play. If he goes down here, he needs to buy as much time as he can so that 100 Thieves next can get a trade into the mid lane. Sniper, does he go down? He's touching on the calling.
No way.
Orb. He's dancing around them. He's buying time. So Liga with the flash ends his hopes and dreams. 100 Thieves next are able to get a mid-tier 2 turret, but not enough for the trade that they were hoping for. Teleport coming in from Darkwings, put him already on the other side. Evil Geniuses pushing forward. Darkwings still on the right side, but cannot rejoin with his team safely. Surdy pressing forward, but the movement speed is enough for 100 Thieves next to be escorted out safely.
Still a nice play from EGA. It's a Baron power play for 100 Thieves next, and that pick on Sniper means that they're the ones that are able to force 100 Thieves back into their base instead of destroying the base of EGA. This game, Rafa, back and forth. We said going into the series that I thought it was slightly EGA favored, but honestly, this one could have went either way, given the strength of 100 Thieves next. Really consider these guys to be an academy-level team. And it's good to see in this game, too, them living up to those expectations.
And for Saligo as well, getting that shutdown gold puts him even a step up stronger now on the Rift. So much gold being poured into his pockets. He was already 3.5 or 2.5 items now, the Void Staff completed. He is so close to either picking up a Zhonya's Hourglass, or if that rod either becomes a Death Cap or a Shadow Flame, I mean, man, then this rod is going to be pumping out so much damage.
Speaking of items, we are 2 minutes away from the Soul being available for 100 Thieves next, but I think one of the reasons I really liked that attempt on the Baron slash stretching the map out instead of fighting for that dragon. Death Cap just finished by Darkwings in that base. And then look at Lens's items as well. IE is gotta be ready before this dragon fight. So those are two critical spikes for the scaling elements of 100 Thieves next comp, hitting just in time to try and fight this Soul. Gonna make it much harder for EGA to deal with.
Picking up red buff, just trying to accelerate the gold as fast as possible for Lens. Maybe a couple more waves. Sniper tending to the bottom wave as well. For 100 Thieves next, while Sniper has been massive in these plays, he hasn't been able to fully pressure the base of Evil Geniuses Academy's Nexus quite yet. No inhibitor turret has been touched at all, and it's not close to falling anytime yet. Sniper, if he got some time, if he had a wave or two, he could take out an inhibitor turret, maybe more, but there hasn't been a play set up for it yet.
Dark Wings gets pushed in the top side, but he's got to reset, and it's going to come down on this dragon fight. 100 Thieves next. Upper bracket hopes stay alive with a win here as they try and force a Game 3 against EGA. We'll see if Cowrie can temper a little bit of that aggression, as we've seen him step up, get punished by the side of 100 Thieves next the last couple of setups. He needs to be a little bit smarter with how he's able to dish out his poke with the Lucian Nami combo this time around if they want to have a chance against 100 Thieves next, who are now juiced with a death cap on Victor and an Infinity Edge completed on Mets.
Wave still stacking up in 100 Thieves' favor on the top side of the map. Surdy was able to tend to the bottom side, and thankfully has TP. Whoa, this big pick on the sniper already. Almost a quarter of his HP taken out in one burst. Work has been expended by Surdy, but he's still pushing the chase. Sniper doesn't have flash. Great pick from Evil Geniuses Academy, and now it is a 5-on-4. And 100 Thieves next know better to not contest the dragon at this point. They're just going to look for the mid wave, but Evil Geniuses Academy, because they have the numbers advantage, they don't need to commit everyone to the dragon. They can always go forward and just tend to the side waves now. As 100 Thieves, they bail.
And that's the kind of aggression that we want to see from Cowrie, as, that's him doing it safely, making sure that they're going in when Sniper is split from his team, and there's no threat of 100 Thieves next turning that on the Lucian. Really good play from Soligo, Surdy, and Cowrie, the carries of this team, to find Sniper before that objective spawned and get themselves out of a sticky situation.
And while it is another dragon denied away from 100 Thieves next, these two individual mountain dragons being stacked up on Evil Genius's side. And we already know that when Immune is one of the most frustrating champions to deal with, but even when she steps out of that mist, she is going to be so tanky for the members of 100 Thieves next to deal with.
Also, that got Soligo the death cap. And with two mountain dragons now, there is no sort of penetration being built by 100 Thieves next yet. So these resistances will hold strong, and EGA spotting Darkwings on the bot side of the map. They're going to start up the Baron. This is not spotted till it's at half. It might be too late.
Scryer's Orb, Fnatic is
they aren't here.
For it,
it's
but
gone.
No, it is gone. It's too late. Soligo still has Realm Morph, but they just want to bail and get out cleanly, but they don't even need it.
Wow.
Great call from Evil Geniuses Academy. 100 Thieves next have no response ready.
Oh, the only blue trinket that was up for 100 Thieves next was Darkwings, who just showed on that bottom wave. Is going to crash that into the turret. Not worth a Baron, as EGA, our Academy team. Again, Fnatic, looking at this team, said, hey, it's 5 really strong individuals. We have to beat them with team play. EGA, they're the team that I feel like is really coming together in this mid to late game. We've seen EGA, some of these Academy games, they make hectic, be able to make good decisions at the later stages of the game. And man, that 36-game schedule, some of that practice, I think, really paying off for EGA in this one, as they're handling this late game scenario very well.
It's been a long journey of trying to get this team to gel together for Evil Geniuses Academy, a struggle that was displayed in full both during the spring and the first half of the summer split. But really, as you called it out multiple times for both Tomio and Surdy referencing it after the break week, it was what this team really needed to be able to mentally reset and to get back in and come in with a fresh perspective, as Cowrie opens up with the culling, gets a decent amount of poke onto Lens. It forces the wild growth out of Sword. Already an important resource. Cowrie goes in for the kill! Cowrie spots Lethal and executes Lens. And the action doesn't stop there. Tomio firing on all full cylinders. This is Evil Geniuses Academy living up to their potential, seeing everything in their eyes, the victory in their sights. Nexus is guarded by inhibitor towers, but Evil Geniuses Academy will make quick work of them as they look to push to end the game.
It's a huge play from EGA. I gotta credit Fnatic. Him flashing out might save the Nexus for 100 Thieves next, but it's still a 5v4. 2 inhibitors fall. 2 EGA look for more.
2 inhibitors down, as you called it. That means 2 minion waves stacked up with Baron-empowered cannons firing away on the Nexus turrets. 100 Thieves next.
That's one.
Doing everything they can to defend.
Lens
but it's hard
7.
to do without your main ADC. Lens up in 5, but it's not enough time. Evil Geniuses Academy defy all the doubts and concerns for Spring Split and will take out 100 Thieves next, send them to the lower bracket, advancing on their own to the upper bracket.
And for EGA, again, this is a team after the break, the last 3 weeks of regular season, visibly different, just the eye test. And a part of it, I think, was they simplified the game plan of some of their champ pools. A lot of it was Tomio pathing towards the bot lane and leaving Surdy top lane to his own devices. But What got Surdy and Tomio the 5-6 finish when they were playing with a coach 100 Thieves Next missed in the bot lane and a marksman known as Shiro that you probably now know as Danny, it was Tomio playing through Surdy. And I think with Sniper not having TP in that game, the early setup to get the Jax behind really opened up things for EGA in the earlier stages. And I love seeing the flexibility from EGA as they move forward in this tournament. Because again, this team individually that we think can hit that top 4 expectations, but we haven't seen the team play yet. We saw it in that game. Early, mid game, late game, all of it. Complete win from EGA as they take down our top amateur squad.
For Evil Geniuses fans, this is such a not only sigh of relief, but just a momentous occasion for them to celebrate that Evil Geniuses Academy, when presented with a similar situation back in spring against Taco Gaming, they fell. They were knocked out of the bracket. This time around, while the stakes were only being sent to the lower bracket, Evil Geniuses Academy had no intentions of being sent down to the lower side anytime soon. They continued their journey through the upper bracket. We will see how they continue on, as Sierra is going to get a quick word with him on the interview desk after this break.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Verizon post-game interview. I'm sitting down with Smoothie to talk a little bit after that victory. First off, congratulations, 2-0 victory over 100 Next. To start things off, I would love to hear your thoughts about 100 Next and just overall the amateur teams that we have here in Proving Grounds.
I think for a team that's pretty much brand new and don't really have a coach, or I'm not sure if they have a coach or not, but most amateur teams don't really have a grasp of macro. I think they played pretty well for the most part, and that's like the big advantage that academy teams have. You know, they have access to like veterans like myself, for example, and then other like LCS teams that they can just take macro from. That's a really big advantage. So, yeah, amateur teams have a little bit of a trouble with that, but they're still developing. So.
For sure, and it's a good chance for them to play off against these academy teams that have all of the support, which is nice. Then for yourself and the rest of the team going forward, out of all the teams that we have here in Proving Grounds, what is a team that you're a little bit fearful to go up against, and why?
I think the only team that's like worth mentioning to me is like TLA. They are really, really disciplined in the way they play, and they have like some unique champ pools. Like they played Yasuo 80 carry with Senna versus us, and not many players play that. But yeah, I think just the main thing with that team is that they're very disciplined, and that's something that a lot of academy teams don't really have. So they're like the only ones I really care about.
All right, so if they're the only team that's really worth mentioning, is it safe to say that you're feeling pretty confident about you and the team's chances to make a nice run in Proving Grounds?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say if this was the form we had during the regular season, we had a lot of hiccups, obviously, and we were on the same page, and a lot of our losses were kind of tragic. We threw really big leads. Right now, I feel like everybody's getting a lot of confidence in the way we've been playing, and the fundamentals are being developed really fast last like couple weeks. So I'm really happy with how everyone's been like improving, and yeah, I'm very, very hopeful for how far we'll get in this tournament.
I'm glad to hear, though. I do have to bring up one of the hiccups. First off, congratulations on the Nami win today. This Lucian Nami has not gone necessarily the greatest, though, in the past. Talk to me a little bit about that.
I mean, if you're talking about our regular season, a lot of things didn't really go the best in our regular season, right? Okay. I think going into PG, we learned a lot about macro and learned a lot about how to team fight. And yeah, a lot of Lucian Nami is kind of just like giving Lucian the confidence to just dash forward. And we were not doing that very well. Even this last game, we had a couple of hiccups with that too. But I think now that we have improved so much, it's a lot easier to play whatever we want and have freedom in the draft. And it's been showing, right? We've been playing things we haven't played, coming out of our comfort zones. And yeah, it's been pretty great to play last couple of weeks.
I'm glad you and everyone are feeling pretty confident. Well, to end things off, the LCS 10 released their top 5 supports. And as someone who's been in the scene for a while and has gone up against some of these players, I wanted to know your take on the list and how you feel about these players.
So if I recall, it was Cordier number 1 and Afro number 2, right? And Vulcan number 3?
Yes.
I'm just going to talk about those guys because those are like the premier supports that have been playing for the last couple of years. And I think Cordier is like amazing. Like he's really, really good. obviously. But it's kind of criminal that Afro isn't there, because Afro's been in the scene for so long. I thought he'd be number one, but it makes sense. Those are all like top three most talented supports and the most like long-term supports. So.
All right, and then where do you see yourself then on the list of top supports? Because you're obviously very skilled, very experienced. Where do you see yourself in that list?
Well, honestly, I played pretty bad the last 2-3 years. Honestly, like it's no question about that. I'm not gonna make any excuses for that, so I wouldn't even consider myself like top 10 right now. But
okay,
I'm starting to like feel it again. You know, like I'm starting to feel like I'm playing really well again, and with my team who has like full faith and trust in me, it feels like really, really empowering to play. And hopefully I get up there again and get back to LCS, because I know I can do it.
I love that. Love the confidence, Smoothie. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. Have a great rest of your night, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right, back over to the desk, or at least with Cubby and Rafa for now. We're closing out the series as we wait for Rudy to come in.
Brother Rude. My goat. My Rude.
Amateur loss, so I guess was just too hard for Rude. But hopefully we get in.
You just had to leave. The Nexus went down. He's like, I'm out, guys. I'm sorry.
Give me
Finish
5,
the show without me. I mean, we made our bets on how many wins amateur teams would get coming into us. I definitely thought this was a series where 100 Next were able to take one, because I think that there's a lot of promising things. But you just have to say, Cubby, on the day, EG played really well.
That was a really fun. I think both series that we had on this stream were fun, were competitive, and I gotta give a lot of props to 100 Next. I mean, they took a scaling composition, tried to play that into EGA. I think they made some good decisions, had some nice moments. In the end, it was just EGA finding that pick onto Sniper and how they were able to snowball it from there. The mid to late game decision making, it's something where I think the late game decisions that I've seen EGA make have been good. In Academy, we get quite a few games where it's like both teams on Soul, Elder fights, Baron fights. Those are pretty common to have in a week where you have 4 games in Academy. I think that it really showed that EGA has had those experiences on the stage. Their decision making was really sound. 100 Next, you get those fights in amateur, but doing it against EGA where the individuals are as strong as they are, that's tough. EGA able to come out on top.
And I want to
real fast, Rafa.
Yeah,
I'll give it back to you.
We need Rudy.
But I think Rudy has wiped away the tears. I
Excellent.
think we're ready to welcome him back into the cast.
It's been a hard day, guys. It's been a hard day.
I know it has. All right, Rafa, you can go ahead now.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to Soligo just for a general scope of things. I think, especially when you know that the last series Evil Geniuses Academy played was against CLG Faith, and Town had a really good showing, even finding a couple solo kills. I was looking to see if Soligo was going to be able to, shake that performance off and get right back into it against another, very formidable opponent in Dark Wings. Not only he led the charge in finding opportunities to punish Dark Wings, but he was pumping out damage in both games on the Azir and the Rise respectively. And the fact that Soligo is able to step up as someone that we have been kind of asking for is like, hey, you are one of the few players here that has more experience than the rest of the rookies in Surdy and Tomio. And Soligo finally answers that's a good look that Evil Geniuses Academy alongside Smoothie, who both of these players are two, people that have a ton of experience, and it's really just looking to depend on them to make sure the foundation is solid so that the rest of the team comes together. And if this is the look that we're going to get from this squad, then they have a bright future for the rest of the Proving Grounds tournament.
Yeah, well, Rudude, as our spokesperson for amateur right here on the desk right now, with this loss and now being bumped down to the lower bracket, how are you feeling about 100 Next and just amateur in general in this tournament?
We're in our comfort zone, okay? Amateur is about making storylines, making the people at home feel fond for you. How are we going to have an amateur team win Proving Grounds if it's not through the most glorious lower bracket run that you've ever seen in your life? This is exactly where we want to be. AoE Ginger Turmeric, they botched the script a little bit with their win yesterday, but trust me, we're still spitting, don't worry.
How dare they win? How absolute dare they?
Where's your hopium, Rudude? Just one day, top 2 seeds lose, and you're out.
It's all there. I'm all there. I'm ready.
Yeah, okay. I like it. I like it.
The lower bracket run is the better anime arc, so I'll give that one to you, dude. All right, that's definitely a lot more fun to watch than the team making the upper bracket one and just ruining the whole thing. All right, it's been a lot of fun today, though. Even if today was a pretty on script sort of day, we did get to have some really fun matches, in particular earlier on in the day, and even just this week has been a blast. But since it is Friday, this is the time where we do have our Samsung Fast 5 to represent how quickly some players were able to get to certain objectives going forward into this. And hey, I'm just going to call out right away, Rudude. You were talking about Ginger Turmeric, and that is a pretty good time that Keel's put it in.
Keel has been known in the amateur scene very much for his power farming, for his clearing, and securing, a lot of gold very quickly, and the experience is no different either. And shout out to Trickster as well for making it second, repping the amateur space very well. I think that was probably one of the Karthus games for Keel, though, hitting that level 6 very quickly. It's very important on that Karthus to ding level 6. Yeah, probably.
Well, what makes you think that? Yeah.
Okay, guys. All right. I'll just leave. Is that what we're aiming for? My bad.
Rude's gotta get in the amateur dubs where he is getting them already for the week.
Look, I'm reliving on the Fast 5 right now. You guys have got the tournament. I've got this Fast 5, so I gotta take my wins where I get.
You know where I'm living. Three of our top academy top winners were all within 10 seconds of the Fast 5 in terms of hitting the 100 CS. So maybe some competition there. And we'll see if anyone can beat that timer from Keel, because Karthus does clear pretty quick. So, yeah.
I do have to respect, though, Rudu. You take the wins where you can. Considering I believe Desrex is out sick today, I feel better, bud. Somebody had to be the advocate for amateur and everything.
Yes,
so
sir.
Glad that we had to have you on the show and be able to do just that. It's been a lot of fun today, though, guys. I mean, Rafa, we got to start off the day with two back-to-back insanely strong games.
Yes, ma'am. It was a banger in the FlyQuest Golden Guardians Academy series, and that I'm still getting chills from Spyrax's Yasuo play at the end that salvaged what could have been a Golden Guardians Academy win that closed out the game.
Well, then I have a little treat for you, because the end off the day, we're actually going to go back into that game and take a moment to check out Spyrax's POV. We got it. We got it, baby. Let's roll it.
This video's sick.
Here, guys.
Fine.
I know, getting out.
You doing? Are you doing? Fight. Go to fight.
I'm dead, it's bad, really bad.
Are you also play fight, okay?
I have stopwatch.
Get back.
Go long. Yeah, go HP. Yeah, these two. Go flashes.
Took an area.
There we go, John here in the back. John's fucking striking his pissed now.
Yeah, John's 1v9.
I think we win, by the way. Go bot. Holy fuck, Jalal.
Okay, we end bot, and bot.
Who are we finding?
Diamond, man. Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe a couple of those production. That's fine though. Also, I gotta say, one of my favorite parts about ProView and one of the things I miss the most is watching FBI's point of view for the Z spam. The escape spam for Spyrax is built different. Doing the best Doinby impression he can. Remember at Worlds, Doinby changed his hotkeys in the middle of a fight as Galio when the FPX won a wall.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, kind of some vibes there. As Spyrax hits the two-man EQ and is like, hey, let me check my keybinds real quick, guys. Maybe I'm off. It's just built different.
He did it a couple times, too, before the fight broke out, too.
Yeah.
I thought, for me, I like you pulled the Doinby reference. I was thinking of BDD. I don't remember which team he made the play on, but there's something similar there. But honestly, the comms from Diamond is the best. It's like heartwarming. Yes, he is swearing, but man, it's endearing because he's saying my dude Jalal is piss smurfing on these guys and just like, oh my goodness. For what we have built up FlyQuest to be, we know that Diamond is kind of the big leader, the one that has the most experience and kind of leads the team. To hear your leader, to hear your captain give you such strong words of encouragement and recognize how just incredible the play was, that's always such a warm feeling, you know?
Well, I'm glad that that's one of the ways they could be ending off the day. Before we send everyone off, though, we do need to recap how things went over on the other stream as well. Obviously, we got our 2-0s over here, and that's exactly how it went down over there as well. Immortals with the 2-0 over Taco
sucks.
Gaming. I mean, my bracket was shot the second that 100 Thieves got knocked all over brackets. Let's be real.
How you doing,
Kelsey's
Rudy?
take
How's your bracket?
also not going so well with Taco Gaming taking that
My
loss.
bracket
Rooted, what's up?
is in shambles. Now I may have came here in,
Join the party.
full hopium, thinking, there may have been a very swift amateur exit for the most part. The team that I didn't bank on winning was 100 or AOE GTC. So I've been hard done by on pretty much all accounts. I may have had a Taco Gaming win. I may have had a 100x win. We may never know. But yeah,
may
so
have
far
also had a Taco
today
Gaming
wasn't
win.
the day.
Share the
I did get
bracket.
one. I
Share
did
the
get one
bracket,
though.
Rude.
I did get a.
Let expose.
No.
I might just theoretically burn my bracket because it wasn't going great yesterday. It definitely is not going well today. Golden Guardians almost salvaged it a little bit at the end, but yeah, no, that was a little too crazy. Maybe next week, maybe a couple of the games we can get a little bit more on track, get a couple of points. I definitely don't want to be the dead last in my August absurdity bracket. That is for sure.
Upper bracket.
I mean, could go. There's a couple of things that I did say for Wind. I did say that FlyQuest was going to take the win. I just thought it'd be in a 2-1. And up next, they're going up against Dignitas. Then TL up against Evil Geniuses, Rafa.
Oh boy. Well, the FlyQuest Dignitas matchup is probably the closest one that we have on that bracket right now. FlyQuest and Dignitas were constantly battling each other, trying to get into the top 4. Dignitas, by the end, was able to eke out the last few wins of the remaining weeks leading to the close of the summer regular season. But FlyQuest is 5th. So they are not that far behind, and there have been many times where FlyQuest have been able to trade wins against Dignitas Academy, and with the recent changes that we had in the Dignitas camp, XU and Hoon going over to LCS, whereas Perry coming in as the new jungler, fresh off of 1 week of Academy stage games and one Proving Grounds match so far, alongside Gamsu, who has, had time both in LCS and Amateur last year.
It's playoff time, baby.
And playoff time. It's, now's
what
the
that
time to
means.
ramp up.
True, very true. But that's all for next week. We do need to be closing things off here. Dude, thank you so much for joining us. Before we let you go or anything, I want you to give like a little copium speech for amateur and all the amateur fans out there.
Okay.
Something to take into this Proving Grounds going
gather
forward.
around the campfire. It's time for Rudu's Tales of Amateur's Glory, okay? We may be down
snap.
bad right now. We may have 5 out of 6 teams in the lower bracket, but what we have got is a Moose Hater in the top lane, still in the top of the bracket. AoE Ginger Turmeric beating 100 Academy is a sign of hope, is a sign that not just they can best the Academy teams, that everybody from Amateur is ready, is able. There are seeds above them, there are seeds below them from the Amateur side that can win against our Academy teams. And I believe in them. I believe in them all to be able to take down these Academy teams. We will send some people home. We will send the Academy teams packing. Just got to have that faith and make sure that you see it all the way through. Ginger Turmeric are going top 4.
I will raise my ginger ale to that. Close enough. Close enough. Top 4. That is a claim. I'd love to see how that one ages.
I also got to say, before we say goodbye to Rudu, definitely give him a follow on Twitter.
Yes.
This guy covers NAAM from across the pond, NLC, CB Law, covers them all very well. I know how tough it is to cover different time zones now. You do a great job, man.
too.
So keep it up.
And
Yes,
LFL.
LFL.
Yes.
It keeps on growing. You are the
repertoire just keeps on
weekend warrior
going.
here.
You're an international
It's
man,
true.
Rude. And,
Yes.
that the tale you said, I know we're down bad. I'm always down bad, Rude, but even that lifted my spirits, so I appreciate you.
Oh, good. That's the dream. That's the
All
hopes.
the-
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Yes, thank you so much. And of course, Rafa Cubby, as always, pleasure being able to be on a desk with you too. So thank you so much for being awesome production. Joey, you are all amazing. Thank you, of course, for making it so easy to be on these shows. We absolutely adore you. And thank you to everyone watching at home. We appreciate you tuning in, and we hope that you tune in next week as we continue on through this bracket in Proving Grounds. But until then, we hope you have a great night.
Woo! Happy Friday.
Woo!